Hey y'all, sorry that the lighting's a little weird in here right now. The sun's getting ready to go down, but I just finished my first Trader Joe's shopping trip. I always hear great things from Mallory Urban and Courtney Shields and some other bloggers that I follow. So I was over near one today and thought that it was time for me to go in and see what all they had. So I'm super excited to show you what I picked up from Trader Joe's as well as what I grabbed from Publix. It's just like our staples for the next 2 weeks. So if you want to see what I grabbed from Publix and Trader Joe's as well as what we are eating for the next 2 weeks, then just keep watching. So the first things that I'm going to show you are the mozzarella that I picked up. I just picked up 4 cups of the low moisture part skim Publix brand mozzarella. We're doing baked spaghetti over the next 2 weeks, as well as a spinach artichoke dip, which is also why I've got this frozen chopped spinach here. So that was why I needed so much cheese in the shredded form. I've also got a bunch of slices. I also needed some romaine hearts, so I always just grab these Publix romaine hearts. They're not pre-washed, so I always just wash them and then cut them up and put them in a big Tupperware. That way they're already prepared, so that we just go ahead and use them, because I found that if I didn't go ahead and prepare them, it was just going bad on us. So that's kind of my trick, is that I just cut the end off and the top, give it a good wash, and then I just pull the leaves apart and put them on paper towels in Tupperware, so then we can cut them up if we want salad, or they're whole leaves if we want a sandwich. So that's kind of a good tip if you are realizing that you're not using your lettuce and it's going bad on you. My husband loves this Gold Bond Ultimate Healing Lotion, so I picked him up some more of this. I actually grabbed this at Walmart just because it's cheaper there, so I grabbed the big family size of that. I also love to get these little Fresh Gourmet salad toppers. We've had their craisins, well, I call them craisins, they're dried cranberries. We've had their sweet pecans, and today I just picked up the cranberries and glazed walnuts. We were also out of croutons, so I picked up a Caesar and just a regular seasoned. As y'all know, I've been doing, well, if you've been following my meal plans, you know that I've been doing a dip for tailgating each week. So this coming weekend, we're going to do the spinach artichoke dip, but then the weekend after Thanksgiving is a big game for Clemson. It's our state rivalry against South Carolina, so I'm going to do a 7-layer dip. So I picked up some refried beans. We're also going to do chicken poppy seed casserole, so I picked up some poppy seeds. We were out of vanilla extract, and I will need that for my pies, as well as these pie crusts. So I went ahead and grabbed those. And then for our tailgating meal this week, on Saturday, we're going to do what we call ham delights, which is just the Hawaiian rolls, ham, Swiss cheese, some poppy seeds, Worcestershire, Dijon, all of that and you bake it, and so that's really good. And then we're also going to do subs one day this week. I also grabbed these hoagie rolls, a 4-count hoagie roll from the bakery. This is where you can get like the hoagie rolls over on the bread aisle, but I always like to get the bakery, like the fresh ones from the bakery whenever we're doing subs. So I picked up some of those. I picked up some more tortilla chips for the spinach artichoke dip, the 7-layer dip, and the white chicken chili that we're going to do. I grabbed some sweet potatoes to do some roasted veggies. I'm going to mix that with, I think, zucchini and broccoli, but I haven't quite decided. This guacamole is our favorite to grab whenever we don't have time to make like fresh guacamole. So I grabbed 2 packs of that for the 7-layer dip. We've been wanting some Ready Whip for our hot chocolate, and that just happened to be on sale. I got some more milk. We always get the Publix 2% reduced fat. And then I had to run to Target, so I picked up some of their gingerbread coffee and breakfast blend K-Cups. They seem to be a little bit cheaper than buying them at Publix. At Publix, it's $12 in a box, I think, for like $7 or $8, and these were 18 for 10. So I am super excited to try out the gingerbread coffee. If it wasn't already 4:32 in the afternoon, I would brew a cup today, but I don't want to be awake all night. We also needed some sour cream for the, I think it's going in the poppy seed chicken, in the 7-layer dip, in, I feel like there's like 5 or 6 things that I'm making over the next 2 weeks that need sour cream. And then we also needed some cream cheese. Like always, I feel like I buy that every time I go in there. I picked up some more tomatoes for us, and then more cheese. So I needed Swiss for our hand delights this weekend, and then next week we're gonna do French dips. So I picked up some Swiss for that, and then I grabbed some provolone for subs, and then for when we do white chicken chili, I got some 4-cheese Mexican blend. Lastly, I grabbed some eggs because we were just about out, and I'm going to need some for our pies. These are the Hawaiian rolls, just the original that I use for our hand delights. I recently tried these. I tried the double dark chocolate and the blueberry, and I really like the double dark chocolate. The blueberry's okay. I can eat it, but I just like the double dark chocolate better, so I grabbed 2 more of those. I'd like to get my husband to try one, so I grabbed one for me and one for him. It's 10 grams of protein, and the ingredients seem to be pretty clean, but if you've got like a milk or wheat or soy or nut allergy, you wouldn't be able to use these. But for us, we don't have any of those allergies, and the calories aren't really high, so super easy. So I grabbed 2 of those. I've been on my caprese sandwich kick with the mozzarella sticks, so I picked up some more of those. We needed Rotel for the 7-layer dip. We were getting low on Lance crackers, which is just kind of our snack of choice. So I grabbed some more of those to restock for one night. I think next week we're going to do $1 Million spaghetti. So we needed 2 jars of spaghetti sauce for that. And I really like this Publix 4-cheese premium spaghetti sauce. So I always keep usually like 4 jars of this on hand at all times. Because like I've said before, spaghetti and tacos, I feel like I've got one other one, but now I can't think of what it is. But definitely spaghetti or ravioli and tacos are like easy meals for me to throw together. So I always keep that on hand. We needed some Parmesan for the $1 Million spaghetti, as well as the spinach artichoke dip. So I grabbed this jar of quartered artichoke hearts. And for spinach artichoke dip, you want the artichokes in water. They also have jars of them in like marinated oil, and that's fine, but for this you don't really want the oil, so I just got it in water. And really the only way for you to tell is, as you can see right there, the ingredients, it says water, and the other ones will say marinated quartered. So just make sure you grab the ones in water. And then for meats this week, we didn't need very much. We needed a 2.5 pound-ish chuck roast for our French dips. So one night we're going to do balsamic pot roast, and then another night we'll use the rest of the meat for French dip sandwiches. So I grabbed one of those. And then we were completely out of chicken, so I just picked up another one of these like huge packs of chicken breast. And then I will divide it up into its freezer bags, and it'll be good to go. Okay, so like I was telling y'all earlier, I had never been into Trader Joe's, but I've been hearing so many good things that I'm when I was over there today, I decided to go in and pick up some of the like most talked about things that I've heard of, and then anything else that looked good. So the first thing that I grabbed was some of these little avocados, because I'm wanting to try avocado toast with this everything but the bagel seasoning on it. I've heard really good things about that. And then I was trying to think of other ways that we could use this, because it's a pretty like generous size seasoning blend. So I was thinking eggs, maybe you could try it on like chicken or when we grill. So if you've got any suggestions, leave me a comment below of other ways that I can use everything but the bagel. I also picked up some dried pineapple. They've got like a huge selection of dried fruit and dried, not really dried, but like nuts that you can purchase. So I decided that today I would try out the pineapple. The bananas looked good. Then they also had dried apricots and dried mangoes. So I think if the pineapple's good, the next time I go, I may try out some of those other fruits. I've been wanting some coconut oil spray instead of having to use like vegetable oil or canola oil spray. So I picked up some of that because I have not been able to find coconut oil spray at Publix. They'll have like coconut oil in the jar that you can melt down, but I wanted to have the spray form, so I picked up some of that. This was just like an impulse buy at the register because, you know, they've got like chocolate, and then they had these, and so it's real mistletoe. And so I just thought that it would be fun to put up this year, and then I'm hoping that it'll kind of dry and we'll be able to use it again next year. But we'll see how that goes, and I'll let y'all know whenever I take down my Christmas decor how that held up and if that worked. For Thanksgiving, I'm making a chocolate pie. I was showing you some of the ingredients in my Publix section of this haul. So I was going to get some baking chocolate from Trader Joe's because I'd heard that their baking chocolate's really good. So I just got this Pound Plus milk chocolate bar. I've heard that their chicken stock's really good. So I got 2 of the containers of chicken stock. I've also seen several bloggers use this and like roast it. I actually thought that this was frozen, but it's not. It's in the produce section in case any of you go by there and want to pick this up. It's just a cut butternut squash, and it's peeled, ready to use, and it's already washed. So you can microwave it in the bag, but I'm planning on seasoning it and throwing it in the oven. And then Courtney Shields always talks about these salads. So I know that she's tried the Mediterranean style orzo and she loves it. So it's basically just orzo, spinach, sun-dried tomatoes, and some seasoning. And then I feel like I've seen her talk about this one too, the lemon basil pasta salad, but I'm not 100% sure. But it's got some basil and some cheese and some farfalle pasta. Can't tell if those are peas. I think they are. My only tip for these is just watch the date, because there was one that was like November 2nd. So just kind of watch the date on these. With them being pasta, if you keep them refrigerated, I don't think they'll go bad on you that quickly, but just watch the date on them. I'd hate for any of y'all to go pick up something that I've told you about and then get sick. So just verify the dates. So these are both November 17th. So today is the 16th, so I'll have to eat these fairly quickly, but I should have plenty of time to get to try both of those. And then something else I picked up was a frozen pizza. I've heard that I found on Pinterest. It was like an article about like the top 20 things to get from Trader Joe's and then the top 20 things not to purchase. And something that they recommended picking up was some of their frozen pizzas. So I did grab one of those to try. I grabbed these out of the frozen section. It's just the stacked eggplant parmesan, and I just thought that this looked so good and would taste really great with some pasta. And in this particular little box, there's 2 servings, so the hubby and I could each get a serving out of it. Then I picked these up as little stocking stuffers for my husband and my dad, just to see, let them try that and see if they like it. Courtney also said that the hummus is really good, so I picked up this roasted garlic hummus to try. These just look like they tasted really, really good. It's 8 mini croissants, and you don't have to let them proof, so you can just pull them out of the bag in the mornings or whenever you need croissants, and you can just eat them. They're chocolate croissants, and then I feel like there was another croissant that's stuffed with something. You have to let those proof overnight, because I almost picked them up, but then I saw these. So I thought those would be great to give a go. Then Laura Godfrey on Instagram. All of these people that I'm mentioning, I'll tag below, by the way, in case you want to go follow them. She said that the rice cauliflower stir fry is really good, and it's got green peas, red peppers, corn, tamari, onions, sesame oil, and ginger in it. She said that that was super good, so I actually picked up some chicken that I'll show you in a second. So I thought that would be like a great meal. And then I've never tried gnocchi before, so this looked really good. It's gnocchi alla Fiorentina, and it's basically just gnocchi in a tomato sauce, so I picked that up to try. And then Mallory Irvin roasted some artichoke hearts, and I love spinach artichoke dip, and I love artichoke hearts on my pizza, so I was like, sure, why have I not thought of this? So I found these artichoke hearts at Trader Joe's and thought that I would give them a go. Okay, and then here is the last set of things that I got. As you can see, we already broke into this when we ate dinner. And it is the blueberry vanilla goat cheese. So it's got blueberries on the outside, and then the inside is just goat cheese. But I will say that with the sweetness of the blueberries and the vanilla, it doesn't have like a very strong goat cheese taste. I'm not a goat cheese person. I don't like how strong goat cheese is, even though I love blue cheese. And that's a very strong cheese. I do not like plain goat cheese, so feta, anything like that, I'm just not a big fan of. But this was so good, and I definitely highly recommend it. And even my husband, who I wasn't sure if he would even try it, he said that he really liked it too. And we had ours on water crackers, I think it's called. It's just really thin crackers, and it was super good. So I highly recommend that. And then another cheese that I picked up is their it's the triple cream brie, and I will say their cheeses like this, these like specialty cheeses, are very, like, they're not very cheap. Like, they're still expensive, but this was $3.48 for half a pound of cheese, and at Publix this would be like almost $7. So if you're wanting like to do charcuterie boards for the holidays, or if you just love to have like these specialty cheeses on hand, I say go to Trader Joe's, because the only thing, I think I had like, the jerky was $6 per bag, but then everything else was less than $5. And a block, like the block came out to like way over here. So that block of cheese, again, at Publix would have been almost $8. So I think that that is a really good deal on cheese. And then another Courtney Shields favorite is the dark chocolate peanut butter cups. And they're basically Reese cups, but they're made with dark chocolate, and they are so good. We've already broken into these too and tasted them, and they are really, really good. And a serving size, so I've been counting calories lately just to kind of watch what I'm eating and watch how much of it in my portions and stuff. So for 200 calories, you get 3 of these, and I honestly ate one and was satisfied. So if you love Reese cups like I do, definitely give these a whirl. And then we also broke into these, and they are so good. They're ginger snaps. And the serving size on these, you get 6 cookies for 130 calories. Now, they're not really big, but again, 1 or 2 cookies, like, you're satisfied, and you kind of, you fix that, like, sweet tooth craving. So definitely give those a try if you haven't already. So that's 2, like, sweet things that I picked up. And then the last thing that I have to show you is this mandarin orange chicken. And I also found this in the frozen food section. And so I'm going to make this one night for dinner with the cauliflower, like stir fry or fried rice, whatever it was called. And I'm so excited to try this and see if it's any good. And then I've got like some like Asian veggies that I'm going to make with it from Sam's. But this just looked so good. And it sounds pretty easy to make. Like, you just preheat the oven, bake for 20 minutes. And then you just toss it in the sauce. So I will definitely let y'all know and keep you updated on all of this stuff. So yeah, if you've never been to Trader Joe's, I really liked it. I told my husband, I was like, if we like all of this food, then we're going to be doing this once a month. And so far, everything that we've tried has been really good. But I'll definitely keep y'all posted, probably over on Instagram, how all of this is. And if there's anything that we don't like, or if there's anything that we really love. But so far, this cheese and these 2 sweet treats have got a huge thumbs up from us. And there you have it, y'all. That is everything that I picked up at Publix and Trader Joe's for us to eat over the next 2 weeks. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Like always, our meal plan for the month is linked in the description box below, and I'll also put a little iCard up here with the link to it, as well as the link to the meal plans from previous months. So if you want to check any of those out, definitely feel free. I'd love for you to head over to the blog and read those. But thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Love y'all. Bye.